In this video, you're going to learn how you can use VS Code inside a Docker container. Now, there might be several reasons you want to do this. Maybe you want to use experimental versions of the software. Maybe you don't want to install the software on your main machine, or maybe there are version conflicts, for example. So these are one of the main reasons. So in this video, we'll take that you want to use Python 3.10's pattern matching features, but you don't really want to install Python 10 on your computer because there are already like 50 other Python interpreters that are installed. Well, you can use Docker to basically add, or you can run a Python 3.10 Docker container, and then you can use VS Code to basically connect to Python. So first we need to install an extension called remote containers. So just search it up in the extensions tab, and here you can see it's called remote containers. So just install this. I already have it installed, and next we want to basically create a Docker container of the service we want to run. Now you can use a Docker file and you can create the container yourself from scratch, but then there is the Docker hub that has a bunch of images for many of the containers that you might need. For example, if I search up Python, then you can see that we have a Python container right here. So this is an official image. So just click this one. You can also use PyB, that's another one. So if you go to tags, or you can see right here, we have the 3.10 tag. So if I just search for 3.10, here you can see there are Windows Server code. I don't want Windows Server code. I think that is just 3.10 RC2. So this is the latest 3.10 one. So I'm just gonna copy this tag and head back into VS Code. Now open the terminal and type this command to start up the Docker container. So just say docker run and then the name, so Python colon and then the tag. So we don't need to open any ports or whatsoever, but I'll just give this guy a name. Just gonna call this Py 310 and just hit enter. So they should pull the image and create the container. Okay, now it has created the container. Now if I say docker ps, you will notice there's nothing running really. If I do docker ps-a, it shows the stopped containers as well. So you can see this is our Python 3.10 container. Now you can see it has exited with the status code of 0, means everything went well. Now why you may be thinking? Well, this is because Python 3 isn't really a container that is meant to be just ran, and it doesn't just sit there, because what it does is it executes, or this container basically is just a Ubuntu server that has Python installed, and when you run this container it's just going to exit because it doesn't have anything to do. So now instead what we can do is we can run the same command. Let's delete this container first. So docker rm, and let's run the same command. So docker run, and this time we will provide the -it flag, and I will say bash. So now what this does is it makes the container interactive, and we have shell access to the container. Now we have the container running, but let's really add this inside VS Code. So here you will see that there is a new button right here which you can click, and here we have a remote containers. Now this is another extension I installed. Don't touch this, but you should have these 6 commands from remote containers. So now it's saying open folder in container, attached to running container, and all of that stuff. First let's just create a folder. I'm just gonna say test VS Code, and I'm gonna say let's click this button and open folder in container. Actually no, attached to running container, I think that's the one. And I want this Py 310 container, and here you go. You can see we have our remote container. So now it's going to take a bit to start up since this is the first time, and you can see we have the container running. Now I can't really close this other window because it's the reason the container is running, but you can see that I have, if I click open folder, I can open any folder that's inside this container. So I created the folder at slash what did I call it? It was test VSCode. Yeah, this one right here. Now if I click OK, I can open this I can open this folder, just full screen bar. And now you will know that when it says container Python 3.10, that means it's done loading. I can just say test.py. I don't have the Python extension installed, so I don't think I'll get included and stuff. Now you can see this is our match case. Now match case is only available in Python 3.10. Now if I save this file, open terminal, this terminal should be connected to our local or our container. You can see this is different from my usual cell prompt. Now I can say python 3 test.py. Oops. And you can see, hi, what's your name? Press that. Oh yeah, me. Hi, what's your name? Anonymous. Hi, Eamon. And hi, what's your name? Jake. Hello, Jake. So you can see pattern matching works correctly, and this is a Python 3.10 feature. This is how you can use VS Code to develop remotely in containers. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe to this channel, it would be amazing. Share this with your friends, share this with everyone who may think this is useful. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video.